Morning everyone. I've come into the wonderful western woods, which is beautiful this morning. It's a glorious day here in the southwest of England, and I just thought I'd come into the woods this morning to make my coffee and my breakfast, just kind of hang out for an hour or so. It'd be a good opportunity for us to have a chat as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the stove set up, get some water on the boil, and make some coffee. I've got some oats, and yeah, just going to enjoy this wonderful setting. So at the moment, the pot stand that I have for my cook set is made up of just these pegs that I've got from my tent, which I don't use. They're surplus to requirements, and they do a great job. I just put 3 of them around the burner, and it worked really well, but they're a bit long, and on harder ground they can be really difficult to get in at the right height, so the pot sits a long way away from the flame. So what I've done is I've drawn on a couple of marks, but it's quite early. I don't want to disturb the house by cutting these off this morning, so I will cut these off to these marks, and that way I don't have so much of the peg to drive into the ground before I get them to a suitable height. So pretty cool little solution, good to repurpose things that I'm not necessarily going to use, and it saves me spending money on a stand which is kind of unnecessary, because these will do a good enough job. My fuel, just some methylated spirit. Okay. This thing's really cool. I'll probably do a video on this. This was a gift from my sister, and basically what it is, it's made by a company called The Friendly Swede, and you have a multi-tool, which is a measurer and a can opener, I think, and few other bits and pieces on there, but it's also a striker, and then the other part which it attaches to with this little cord is a block of magnesium. So that will you scrape that off, and that can act as your, like, you put that in with your kindling, and then you have a fire still on the edge. So really cool. Obviously it's quite small, so it's not going to last for ages, but really cool little multi-tool. Anyway, let's get some water on the boil. So I use the AeroPress. Oh, a couple of doggies. I use the AeroPress and a Perco grinder whenever I'm around, whenever I'm outdoors or camping or whatever. So what I love about this is that the grinder fits really nicely into the lid of the AeroPress, and so it's, you know, it's really compact and easy to pack up and carry around. So that's really cool. And then I just fill the grinder with beans, and one load of beans is enough for me for one decent coffee. And I absolutely love this flask. This is a Hydro flask. This was given to me. This was a gift from a company that I used to work for. It's fantastic. It holds half a litre of water, which is great, which is plenty for me to do coffee and my oats in the morning, and also have probably about another 250 millilitres of water on hand, just in case anything goes wrong with this. I'm always very safe and careful, obviously, but if I did ever have a fire that got out of control, then I always make sure I've got stuff around me that can help me mitigate that. So plenty of water is one thing, and then, you know, lots of damp stuff around me to extinguish the fire with, and that's why I always clear a space as well, so I have that area, that safety area, and I can always tip dirt over a fire to put it out if I need to. And these oats are great as well, because the packet takes the temperature of the water, and all you need to do is put the water in to the fill line, and then just let the oats soak up the water. Used a little bit too much for my coffee, but that's all right. I don't mind that. And this little set of cutlery, this was make sure I don't get it too near the flame. This was another gift at Christmas, and it's just a full bamboo set of cutlery. So I've got, just get it open. It's got stuff stuck there, sorry. So I've got a spoon, a knife, a fork, chopsticks, a straw cleaner, and I keep some cable ties in there as well. There's also a little spork. The spork is about that big, the spoon and fork. I would just carry a spork with me, but it's a bit small and I can't really get down into the packets with it, so I prefer to have that. And it's really light and compact, so it's not that much to carry around. Let's give these a bit of a mix. Don't quite have enough water in there. Just going to give it a little bit of cold water as well. Otherwise it'll be just a bit too stodgy. So with the coffee, what I do is I use my hydro flask. Now you can get, when you buy an AeroPress, the bottom of it is a little bit different to this. It's a bit flatter and it takes paper filters or a metal filter. I've got a metal filter in there. And what I love about this bottom bit is that the idea of it is it gives you an espresso shot. So the coffee comes out quite strong, but it also doesn't come out from all over the bottom. It just comes out, it also doesn't come out from just all over the bottom. It comes out from just one central point. So I can just pop that on top of my hydro flask and then plunge that down. And there's my coffee done. I mean, where would you rather be eating your breakfast? It's such a beautiful setting. I'm just going to pour out my coffee into my little cup here. One, because I haven't used this yet, and two, because it will just allow it to cool down a little quicker. The hydro flask does an amazing job of keeping things hot for hours. So having it in there, I wouldn't be able to drink it very quickly. So while I'm drinking this coffee, I thought, I'll just have a bit of a chat with you all, really. This is one of the first videos that I've made for this channel, and there's a few different reasons for it. Mainly, I just love being outdoors, and I like to document my experiences and my adventures that I have outdoors. So when I'm hiking or camping or just out like this for the morning, I've always taken photos and videos and kind of recorded that. But I also spend a lot of time on YouTube watching other people do it, and so I just thought, why don't I do that? Just put some stuff out there as well, just share what I'm doing, because I think it's a great community, YouTube. Yeah, so there's my own personal satisfaction and enjoyment from it, and I enjoy putting the videos together and editing them and things afterwards. And you'll find out through this channel that I'm very much into technology as well. So I love all those people that get really back to basics, go for hikes using OS maps, paper maps, really take things back to bare fundamentals. But for me, I like to incorporate a bit of technology into it as well. And you'll find out about that as we go along, and the more videos I make. So there'll be things on here about the tech that I use, the gear that I use when I'm out camping, what's in my bags, various different ones for things like the cook setup, my tent, the gear that I pack, but also the technology that I use. Oh, that's lovely. Secondly, I also run an initiative called the MateShip, which aims to encourage people, anyone, to talk more. So mental health is something that I've struggled with for a little while, and I've had my kind of ups and downs, but it's also something that I'm very passionate about helping other people with. So so the MateShip is, its idea is to get people talking and getting what's on their chest, getting stuff off and out, and just getting support from people. Sometimes that support doesn't even need to be advice or help. It can just be having someone to talk to, and a lot of people don't have that kind of person in their life that they're confident talking to. And some people just want to vent at a stranger and not feel as if anyone's judging them or anything like that. So the MateShip is completely non-judgmental. We talk openly, honestly about anything that's going on in our lives, anything that's bothering us. Can be seem like the smallest trivial thing, or it can be, you know, the most disastrous thing that could possibly happen. Everyone's got their own ideas and their own struggles and what they're comfortable with and what they're not. So that's what the MateShip is all about. And because I love the outdoors, and I love camping, I love hiking, I love biking, so push bike. I'm not into motorbikes really. I'm also a scuba dive instructor. I'm a very keen golfer. I just love being outdoors and doing stuff. And because of that, I thought what could really help with getting people talking more is to run excursions, so camping trips, hikes, golf weekends, dive trips, whether that's around the UK or internationally, and just building kind of a community of people that can just come along to enjoy the activities, can just come along and do the excursions and take part, or you might have stuff that you want to talk about and you can talk to me about it, or you can bring a friend and talk to them in a neutral environment, or you can meet someone during one of the excursions and talk to them. So I thought to take the pressure off of kind of opening up to people, it might be good to couple that with some activities and excursions. So that's another reason. See this channel as a way of documenting those trips as well. Obviously not anything that people would want to talk about, but just getting that message out there that it is okay to talk, it is okay to be vulnerable, it is okay to have things affect you and want to talk them out with someone, no matter what they might be. So that's another reason for this channel as well. If you're interested in that, I'll leave some links and things in the description below. Just check that out, or put a friend or family member in touch with it. If you think someone who might get some value from it, then share it around. But the idea there, get people talking about anything that might be going on in their lives, and encourage them to do that via excursions and activities. So really take the pressure off of having to have those conversations through having like a distraction, something else to concentrate on. And if you just want to come and do the excursions, if you just want to come and take part in the activities, then just do that. That's fine, there's no pressure. If you want to come and meet someone and have a chat while you're there, then that's great. And it's something that I've really struggled with. I spent the last 6 years living in Australia. I had a long-term relationship there. That broke down towards the end of last year, or finally ended towards the end of last year. It broke down over a long time. And when that happened, I had to make some decisions as to what I was going to do. And quite impulsively, I ended up moving back to the UK, which meant giving up a full-time job, a good permanent full-time job, leaving a very close support network of friends, giving up a dog, which was really tough. And it's been a really difficult transition. I've really struggled with it. It really affected me, especially at first. I had to move back in with my parents at 34 years old, and that was quite a struggle. quite a stark realization. As lucky as I am to have a lot of my own space in a very big house, still, you know, there's something about the stigma of it that got to me. Yeah, so I really struggled. It's been a really difficult transition. Lockdown happened, and I think that was probably one of the best things that could have happened for me personally, because if it hadn't, I probably would have been back in Australia by now, which wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm sure I would be happy and I would have things going on, but I would have just been going with the emotions that were in my head rather than really figuring out what I want to do and having some stark realizations. So when lockdown hit and we were only allowed out in our local area for at maximum 1 hour at a time, it sparked something in me to, you know, go for walks, go for bike rides, kind of explore the local area. My parents moved from Bristol to Weston-super-Mare while I was still in Australia, so when I came back, all of a sudden they lived in a completely different area, away from all of my friends and everyone that I knew growing up. And it was really difficult for me. Weston has a particular reputation, and I wasn't really happy about being here. But then lockdown forced my hand to explore the area, and look what I found. There's no way, if I lived in Bristol, there's no way I would make a trip to Western Woods. I just wouldn't have done it. And it is gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful. I've got the Mendips, an area of outstanding natural beauty, right on my doorstep from Weston. I've got the Quantocks, which I went to the other day, which is just phenomenally beautiful. And that's just 45 minutes down the road. I'm an hour and 20 minutes from Exmoor, where I used to go as a kid and stay at a campsite called Poolbridge Campsite. And we used to spend like a week there. And I have such great memories of that place. I went there the other day just for half a day. Just drove down, parked the car, went for a walk along the stream in Horner Woods. Went for a swim in the stream, just like we used to do when we were kids, going back 25 plus years. So it's really allowed me to kind of refocus and find a passion, something I'm really passionate about, which, you know, is spending time outdoors, exploring, adventuring, and inspiring other people and helping other people. And so I'm putting those two things together, and that's, you know, another reason for this channel. Document everything, hopefully inspire people to spend some time outside and explore their local area, as well as further afield once we're able to, a little easier, and talk more. So anyway, that's enough for me, I think. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry it's a little bit rough and ready and a bit all over the place. It's the first time, although I document everything for my own memories via photos and videos and things, it's the first time I've really done something where I'm trying to make it make sense for you as the viewers, as well as actually do things. So I thought I'd keep it quite simple. I hope it's worked. I hope you've enjoyed it. If what I've got planned sounds interesting to you, then please like and subscribe and share it if you think someone else might get some value from it. And there'll be plenty more to come. One video at least a week, probably on a Tuesday. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. And before I forget, leave no trace. One of the most important things when you're doing anything like this. So take your rubbish with you. And leave no trace. There you go. You would never know I'd been here. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye bye.